Welcome back to Nomadic Geographic. I recently moved back home to Norman, Oklahoma, and I am here on the beautiful campus of the University of Oklahoma because today's interview is with an esteemed alumnus of this prestigious university. Dr. Kent Vliet is somebody that I, as a young herpetologist and a budding crocodile specialist, really looked up to, and I kind of think of him as kind of a mentor. A lot of people in the crocodile community think of him as a mentor. After he graduated from OU, he moved on to the University of Florida. Kent eventually went on to become the coordinator of laboratories at the University of Florida in the Department of Biology, and he recently retired. We filmed this video at Crocfest back in December, so it was a little chaotic. You're going to see it's a little more jovial than a lot of the other videos I've put out, which I think is a good thing. I need to have more fun doing interviews. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this interview with my good friend and colleague, Dr. Kent Vliet. And I need to get off campus before anybody notices my Gators hat. I'm here with Mr. Alligator himself, Dr. Kent Vliet, recently retired from the University of Florida.
Yeah.
How's retirement life treating you?
It's good. I encourage everybody to do it.
I'm more or less doing it now. I'm just not making any money out of it.
Yeah, well, you're doing it in the wrong order.
Yeah.
I guess I shouldn't be waving at people
No, you
going
can.
by.
It's fine. Obviously, we're in a busy...
She distracted me.
Yeah, it's all Megan Paget's fault.
It is.
We also have another special guest here. We've got Alice. She's going to talk about alligators with us too, aren't you? Nice. Her mom is also an expert on alligators, but her mom's a little more shy than she is, right? So
Alice isn't shy.
So Kent, you made a long career out of American alligators. What is special and unique about the American alligator when it comes to crocodilians?
Well, there's lots of unique aspects of alligators. For one thing, it really is the American alligator. We don't know of any of them outside of the U.S., even though they go down into South Texas, right up to the Rio Grande River. But we don't have any confirmed alligators crossing the river and being in Mexico. I'm sure they do. We just don't ever see that.
Yeah.
They're a pretty big crocodilian, not really a giant crocodile, but they get to 14 feet nowadays. They probably got several feet larger in the past. But they're not terribly aggressive animals, so they don't have the same danger associated with them in something like a Nile croc or a saltwater croc, both of which regularly will drag people off the bank or grab them when they're in the water. Alligators do kill a few people over the years. We're down to about maybe a half to one person a year being killed in the United States, compared to like a few hundred people in Australasia or in sub-Saharan Africa.
Yeah. And for more information on that, you can watch my interview with Brandon Sidlow that I just posted last month. But
a good reference.
Yep. Alligators, I would say that any attack from an alligator is 100% human error. I can't think of any examples that were,
Somebody's definitely not paying attention.
Yeah. Whether it's, the person walking their dog next to the water or the parent not paying attention to their small child splashing around in the water.
Or somebody else carelessly feeding a wild
Yeah.
alligator and the alligator losing its fear of people.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess you could say that there's probably some cases where it might not be the fault of the person who got attacked, but it's
I wouldn't
somebody's
blame
fault.
everybody that got bit.
It is a human error situation, though. Oh, signing autographs. Now's a good opportunity to pitch your book, actually. So Kent wrote this amazing book on alligators. I read it in about 2 days when it first came out.
It took me a lot longer to write.
Yeah, I can imagine. So
What do you want me to put in here?
Up.
Whatever you want to put. I know that's your book. One of your books.
I want to think about a good inscription for you. So let's do it when we're done here. Then I'll do it.
Kent is in high
Sorry.
demand.
Yes.
So let's see. You started out at the University of Oklahoma. Fellow
I grew
Okie.
up in Norman.
Yep.
Go Sooners.
My fellow Okie, I guess they're playing. They got a playoff game coming up against Alabama, I think.
Yeah.
So
You know who doesn't have a playoff game is the Gators.
yeah, we won't talk about that.
Yeah, I grew up there. I started working at the University of Oklahoma when I was 14 in the zoology department there. Actually got my hands on a
I got about 10 different books.
That's great. No,
I've been photo bombed.
this is the challenge of doing interviews in a high traffic area.
Yeah, a professional wouldn't have picked this spot for an interview.
I just assumed that people would be respectful.
Who chose this location?
And now we've got Greg LaPera.
There was no
sneaking in
light
here.
left in the parking lot. Oh, I should have been paying attention back here.
Hang on a second.
I could have popped him in the nose.
Hey, you look familiar. Okay, ready?
Too many distractions over here.
You're supposed to introduce yourself.
Smile.
Oh, are you talking to me or her?
Alice, what is your favorite thing about alligators?
I like the alligators at the alligator farm because
Just talk into me.
because they're like the back of their bodies with the scales can like reflect to the sun and it makes them warm. That's what I think what's very cool about alligators.
Yeah. You wish you had some osteoderms so you could get warmer
Yeah.
sometimes? Yeah. That would be nice. Well, thank you.
Good job.
So, before we were rudely interrupted, you were talking about your background at the University of Oklahoma.
Yeah, I grew up in Norman. That was a university town, obviously, and I was able to start working at the zoology department there at a pretty young age, working in the department, and I didn't work with alligators back then. I worked mostly with lizards, lizard behavior, and I did my undergraduate there, and then I went looking for a graduate program to move into. And because I had associations there at OU with several faculty members, I could get very good advice on who maybe to talk to about graduate school. And I ultimately decided to come here to the University of Florida in Gainesville and work with Walter Offenberg, who's known mostly for his work on behavioral ecology of Komodo dragons. But he worked on a number of other species of monitor lizards, and he was also a very capable paleontologist and worked on a lot of reptilian fossils in Florida and ancient ecology, kind of where different types of ecosystems existed in Florida over time. He was a very good influence to think about a broader picture of the biology of animals than just be focused on these little minor details. that we
And,
tend to spend our degrees studying.
Yeah. And your focus on alligators, that you did a lot of your work here at the alligator farm, it was a lot of behavioral ecology.
Yeah, we looked at courtship behavior and social signals. Alligators and other crocodilians are very vocal animals, and so especially associated with the reproductive season in the spring, they bellow a lot. They make different sorts of vocalizations as they approach one another. For courtship, they make a little airy kind of fluttering sound. They do other displays where they slap their jaws against the water. So I was studying all of that, but I also had caught all those animals and put the little numbered yellow ear tags that you see hanging off the ears of cattle in the field. I stuck those on their tails so I could identify each animal in the lake as an individual. I'd know how big they were and what sex they were, and what behaviors they had shown the last year and this year. And I did 3 years of those, and knew who each individual was interacting with in the lake. So that was a valuable thing. This is St. Augustine Alligator Farm, Zoological Park. If he didn't mention this, it's an accredited zoo. In St. Augustine, they have a lot of alligators, but they also have a large man-made lake out back that has a boardwalk through it. And there's hundreds or maybe 1,000 people a day walking across that boardwalk. And so the gators generally don't pay much attention to the to the people that are walking down that boardwalk. At least that was the way it was before I started catching them. They didn't appreciate being caught each year and having their cattle ear tags changed.
So we're gonna have to show some footage of you with your eyes at water level, so you could see what the alligators were seeing. What was that documentary called?
Realm of the
Realm
Alligator.
of the Alligator.
Kent has taken a lot of kidding about being up to his eyebrows in alligators and seeing eye to eye with his study subjects. But he feels that because he can understand an alligator's body language, he can ward off trouble before it becomes a real threat.
I look for animals that are obviously directing themselves toward me as aggressive animals. The way they tilt their head, how high they hold their body out of the water are all indications if they're being aggressive or not. Not all the animals that come toward me are aggressive. Many are curious, but I still have to treat them all about the same. I can't let them get too close to me. I carry a large, about 5-foot long cypress pole with me, and if an animal does get too close, I just nudge it away. Try to keep it out of strike range.
I have a little PTSD when I see it now, after all these years.
Without your trademark
Without the beard. Yeah.
It was shocking the first time I saw it. I was like, what?
It's shocking to me, too.
Kent once did not have a beard. I picture you coming out of your mother with this full beard.
Oh, no. I actually, it's an old story, but I had actually cut it off because my girlfriend at the time wanted to see me without it. So I had it for years. I went and shaved it off. I walked out and she says, "I'd like you better with a beard." But that was the first episode where they were filming The Realm of the Alligator. So they had filmed me with no beard. I had to keep shaving it off every time they wanted me to do more of it.
Lesson is never shave it off.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, for me, I shaved mine, and then in about 2.5 weeks, it's back to this. So
Me too.
Yeah.
But I had actually had it since mid-high school.
Wow. You got me beat there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what are you up to nowadays now that you're retired?
So I'm retired. I'm no longer going into the university unless I absolutely have to. I'm still doing some research, but the stuff I'm doing now I can mostly do at home or in museums. We're working on, right now we're describing a new species of African dwarf crocodile, which is, we now realize that this big range of dwarf crocodiles actually consists of 3 separate species, which we've kind of known in the past, but didn't really recognize the 3rd species there. So now a group of us are trying to describe all 3 species so they can be recognized and talk about their ecology and systematics and so forth.
So we've got Tetraspis, Osbornii. Can you tell me the new one, or is it not?
Really shouldn't. Well, I mean, it's not like, many instances, if you have a new name and you publish it someplace that's without formally proposing it, that name is no longer available to be used. That's not the case in these new cryptic species of crocodilians that we've been describing, because we just used names that were previously used for that population years ago before they got subsumed into, like in this case, Osteolaemus tetraspis.
Yeah.
And so the name for the Western one is Fzelii.
Oh, that's right. I have
Which
seen
is a
that.
pretty horrible name, but
But you
I'm
gotta
not
do
the
it.
one that picked it out. We just are stuck with it.
Yeah.
Osteolaemus Fzelii.
So are you emeritus faculty at UF? Or?
No, I was a non-tenure track faculty member, and so emeritus wasn't available for my position when I retired. So they ultimately just called me a courtesy senior associate in biology.
Cool.
Emeritus would be much easier too.
Well, it looks like everybody's moving away from here. I don't want to hold you up much longer, so thanks a lot, Kent, for
You bet.
doing this, and thank you, Alice, for joining.
Thank
as
you
well.
for helping. Make
you
sure
wanna-
you sign a release.
Did you want to say anything else? Talking about alligators, crocodiles. What's your favorite animal overall?
I like otters.
Otters, they are awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Do you like, have you ever heard of what people call snot otters?
No.
Yeah, it's a salamander. They call them the name is a hellbender, but a lot of people call them snot otters.
Never heard
Ask
of
your mom to show you one.
it. Okay.
Axolotls, yeah. They're like a giant axolotl that doesn't have the gills on the side.
They're actually like a less giant salamander.
Yeah. Well, thanks again. And yeah, that's it.
Thank you.
I don't have a sign-off phrase, so yeah.
Until we meet again.
We'll need... Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like and subscribe. I like to think that I post a lot of fun stuff on this channel, so hopefully you agree. If you saw yourself in the background in the Crocfest interview, go ahead and comment on there and tell me you saw yourself. Say hi. Have a good one. See you next time.